And gentlemen, I sincerely apologize that we're starting now. Something came up and we needed to attend to it. So we sincerely do apologize. What happened was we needed to sort out some things first before we come on air. The idea is to give you a very smooth transmission, and once the transmission is flawless, then we're going to enjoy the conversation this evening. So it's not a glitch. For you guys will say it's glitch, it's not a glitch. However, happy Democracy Day to you. For some of us who still believe that Nigeria has a very positive outlook and that we are hoping and working together to ensure that the future of this country works out fine. Today is Thursday, June 12th. You know how we do it on Mondays and Thursdays. We have a very significant and important personality who joins us on this program, where we get to talk about issues across Nigeria's social, economic, and political landscape. We delve into these issues that created quite the controversy. And my analyst today is a barrister, prophet, chief, Ichie, prophetess, and professors, and professor. Isiagu. Agu. Odumeje. Barrister Darlington Agumo, good evening. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, yo.
Welcome.
Yes.
Happy Democracy Day to you.
I will answer you.
Barrister Darlington.
You have started, though.
We have not started. Are you not happy? It's Democracy Day, 26th of our 26th year practicing democracy without any interruption, Barrister Darlington.
You see, those your people now, they will call and say that I am too. After they say I should take water. You see, the other time they say I'm too gentle. I want to do it gently, but you are the one who's always raising my blood pressure. You have started with this your democracy greeting. Who told you there's democracy?
Barrister Darlington, you have to be hopeful.
Okay.
You have to just put in that positivity. That's what we have to do. It's our collective responsibility. Okay, it's our collective responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. All right, tell your friend to tell your friend. Come and join the VOP family. Let's all have this conversation. It's very, very important. And today you're going to bear your mind. We're not going to talk too much. Barrister Darlington will just need to say what he needs to say, and then you guys are going to bear your mind, and then you use the opportunity to speak directly to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let him know the state of things. Sometimes we do lamentation here. Today I'm giving you the opportunity to tell the president how you feel. You need to express yourself. Say, President, don't insult the president too. Just say, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, this is what I need. This is what you need to do for us. That's all. That's basically all I'm asking of you guys today. You think they don't listen? They listen. Oh. They listen very, very well. If you don't know, they hear, then they hear. Wait. Make I just tell you now. My name is Esther Wachuku, and we're going to officially commence this program. There's quite a lot I would have loved to experience, but just like Barrister Darlington, a lot of Nigerians feel that we're not practicing democracy. Barrister Darlington, ever since all our democratic dispensation, who has been your best president? Someone who has represented federal character in appointment, somebody who was all about the peace of Nigeria, somebody who understood the essence of democracy. Which of this administration had been your best?
Good luck, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. If Nigerians have allowed him, or APC have allowed him, I think that man would have gone far in deepening our democracy. Because everything he thought of, everything he initiated is what these people are practicing the wrong way. That they turned it upside down. And now they are messing it up. All because of what? Selfish interests. Jonathan meant well. He was not pretending. He was not deceiving anybody. The man came to deepen democracy in Nigeria. He came to lift Nigeria up. He came to develop Nigeria.
Okay.
But people who felt that he was doing too much now use propaganda and then shock him out. Today, look at where we are. Mentioned since Jonathan left office, have we seen anybody coming closer to what he represents? Nobody.
So what of Yarodua? At least for the few period he was in charge.
He tried, but he didn't. We didn't. I'm talking of those who left office.
What of former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo?
The military man in him did not allow him to do what he's supposed to do, because at a point he was talking of third term.
Yeah.
That one mad everything he did in office. that he wrote off her debt is because the Western world wanted to see a change in Nigeria. They wanted Nigeria to go back to civilian rule. That was why they, allowed him to write off those debts and all that. After that, the things he ought to have consolidated, he didn't. Like giving us light. As at that time, things were very cheap.
But he gave us internet. We call it Obasanjo's internet.
No. It started before him. And that I've told you, whenever they do anything like that, don't go to town, don't go to bank with it. The GSA was not for you.
It was for them.
It was for them. It's just that they have no alternative, no choice. Have you not asked yourself? Every other thing that has to do with them, did they allow it to get to you? No.
But I heard at the time they had it, earlier, before they realized that limitation would prevent.
No. There was no way. You look, for you to have internet access and connectivity, you must have a backbone. You must have all these masts that they are raising all over the place. That is what brings interconnectivity.
Okay, true.
Did any of them set it up at their backyard? If you set it up, how do you connect to the other person? There was no alternative to GSM. Esther, I'm telling you authoritatively. That's why you have it. That's why a granola seller, a pure water seller can stay in his mother's kitchen and be calling his brother in US. You think they want such a thing? Look at it this way. If you are calling now, if Tinubu or anybody is calling US now, the national carrier that will take it out of Nigeria is either Glo or Nitel. And the call you are making is going through the same process with the call the granola seller is making. You think they want such a thing? If you are making call now outside this country, a national carrier will take it out of this country. Is that not true?
Yes.
What is that? What's that? Do you have a separate national carrier for granola seller and pure water seller?
So, Barrister Darlington, what happened then? What caused the decline? If the administration of the day is saying that they admit that democracy is being challenged, but they also admit that they are working on it. The president said he's one of the foremost persons who fought for our democracy. The president said that he's not the one that is a pioneer of a one-party state. The president said that it is not his fault if your ship is sinking without a life jacket, and that he's not going to stop anybody from wanting to associate with a progressive party or a party that is organized. He's also not going to help them in any capacity whatsoever to resolve whatever imbroglio they are going through. He's not the one responsible for their internal conflicts. He's not the one stifling anything for them, and he necessarily would even love an opposition. That's what made democracy beautiful, when you have a healthy competition. However, the president expressed his glee for what is going on within the opposition. Let's take a brief listen to him.
Yeah, they can be in disarray, and it will not help it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
may be better served by examining their internal processes and affairs rather than fearfully conjuring up demons that do not exist. For me, I would not say try your best to put your house in order. I will not help you to do so either. It is indeed a pleasure to witness you in such a disarray.
when the president made that remark, we could see some of the senators get up, congratulate him, saying on your mandate that we shall stand. For Chukwuma Soludo on the platform today, he spoke and he actually said that he would disappoint many who would expect him to comment harshly on the economy or offer yet another blueprint for economic reforms. And he said, and I quote, "I am not shy to say this. The audacious structural reforms embarked upon by the current administration of President Bola Tinubu have rescued the economy from the tipping point." That's what he said. According to him, since assuming office in May 23, the president has implemented significant economic changes, including the removal of petrol subsidies and the unification of multiple foreign exchange windows. While these policies have drawn criticism for driving up energy costs, transportation fares, and food prices, proponents argue they were long overdue and necessary for long-term growth. So obviously, based on talking about the economic matters, he highlighted the global recognition Nigeria has received following the reforms. And this is what he said: the endorsement by the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, the London Financial Times, and more in Nigeria is well-deserved. That's what Chukwuma Soludo is saying. However, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has a different opinion of what this administration has churned out in the last 2 years. Let's take a listen briefly to him.
To participate in election or be elected for are not followed. Consequently, people who are not qualified and ought to be disqualified are now holding public offices. As we mark June 12th, a day symbolizing the struggle for true democracy in Nigeria, it is deeply troubling that under the present administration, in a short span of 2 years, our nation has witnessed a broad erosion of democratic principles. There has been a corresponding decline in security and the quality of life for millions of Nigerians. We have traversed from rigged elections to collapsing social service, from soaring poverty to rising corruption, and from seemingly stable economy to balanced economy. It is most troubling that in 2 years in office, the present government has brought our nation to the point where our leaders now celebrate and endorse failure, lies, and propaganda. The government today, rather than show genuine accountability and measurable progress, focuses on manipulating the narratives, gaslighting the public, shifting blame, and weaponizing governance. Meanwhile, Nigerians live in a worsening and worrisome insecurity, widespread corruption, hunger, and general despondency. There are no clear benchmarks for measuring tangible development as we continue to witness the collapse of key indicators like education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation, which are the parameters for measuring national progress.
Exactly.
Simple comparison of what has happened in the past 2 years now relies on propaganda and misinformation to mark misgovernance. Our country today can best be described as a nation declining fast in all its facets. The security of life and property has worsened, and the rule of law is virtually non-existent. These are verifiable facts. On May 29, 2023, when this government was sworn in to office, Nigerian gross domestic product, GDP, was $364 billion. As of today, it has declined to $188 billion, a decline of almost 50%. Nigerian per capita income was $1,640 as of May Today, it has dropped to about $835.
All right. So, like I said, I want us to be able to get a lot of calls and take reactions earlier on today. So, while Peter Obi was given a different perception about this administration and what he thinks, Chukwuma Soludo, the who is contesting for the Anambra elections coming up, is actually saying otherwise. And he actually said it that he knows a couple of persons will not be happy with what he wants to say. Now, I want you to recall that Chukwuma Soludo was a former CBN governor. So for him to make these remarks, obviously there's something that he has seen with the reforms that he actually knows stipulates with whatever statistics that he reeled out at the platform today. That's one. Two, for former Governor of Bayelsa State, Seriaka Dixon believes that the president is not a Democrat. He actually said that he's suppressing democracy in Rivers State. How can he say he is a Democrat and he's suppressing democracy in Rivers State? He says, for example, that of all days, the president and the Senate president chose today, being a democratic day in Nigeria, to read all those undemocratic and unconstitutional and illegal communication to the National Assembly. Dixon also said that the Tinubu-led administration and the ruling APC have succeeded in trampling on the nation's democracy. The president does not believe so. Bayo Nanoga does not believe so. Senate president does not believe so. And in that particular regard, Ibok Ibas, the current leader in Rivers State, that is the admiral in Rivers State controlling the affairs of Rivers State, has actually disclosed to us, for example, while he revealed the proposed 1.48 trillion naira budget for 2025, actually disclosed that the suspended Rivers State governor is definitely on his way to the government house. In other words, according to what he said, I want to read it out. He says, for example, with the expectation that constitutional governance, this is what he said. He knows, obviously, that him being the general there, it's not part of the 1999 Constitution. So he says, with the expectation that constitutional governance will soon be restored, the draft budget has preserved allocation for the roles and responsibility of political office holders and currently those on suspension. Some of these individuals have already accessed public funds during the first quarter and may return to their position once the emergency situation ends, which he says is very soon. Unfortunately, there was reluctance from some state actors to provide essential financial data, which limited our ability to fully reflect all expenditures. Remember, the House had invited him twice to come and present the budget, and he said the budget wasn't ready because they were waiting for some persons who were asked to leave the state government house to give them correct data of expenditures done all the while Fubara was there. He says it was the delay of these individuals and some of them not actually acquiescing that delayed him from presenting the budget. However, he said the constitutionality of the state is obviously very soon on the way to the government house. So in all of this, Barrister Darlington, what's your take objectively?
Yes, Esther, when people are talking, please, I will advise you to look at where they are coming from.
Okay.
Soludo is going for an election in about 4 months' time. Abi? Good. What do you expect from him? He even said that he was going to disappoint some people. That means he knows the truth, but he was not going to say it. That's the meaning of what he said.
Are you interpreting Soludo's?
Yes, I am.
You're helping him to say his truth?
He said it himself, that he was going to disappoint some people by what he was going to say. That means in his mind, he was not going to say the truth. It's as simple as that.
I don't understand.
And you and I know the reason.
Barrister Darlington, are you interpreting?
I have just told you that based on what he said. Why would look at the first statement he made?
Because he knows that a lot of Nigerians dispute what the administration is saying.
He said he was going to disappoint most people for what he was going to say.
He said, I will disappoint many who would expect me to comment harshly on the economy or offer yet another blueprint for economic reforms.
In fact, he has already carpeted himself by making that statement. Who asked him? No, who asked him? He should have gone ahead to say what instead of doing. He has already told you the reason why he cannot say the truth.
So you're saying that the audacious structural reforms embarked upon by the current administration of the president rescue the economy. You're saying that his statement is not true.
Esther, nobody is rescuing anything. There's no reform going on anywhere. I've told you this, and I've given you my points. There is no Tinubu is not reforming anything. He's rather reforming himself and his pocket with Nigeria resources. The facts are there. Speaking to himself. I've asked you several times. All those things that he told us he was doing, where are the dividends? Where are the results? Is that not obvious? Tinubu is not reforming it. He was just using it as a mantra. The same renewed hope. He had to tell you something to keep you quiet. That's what he's doing. And the people that are benefiting from this are the people singing his praises. Can't you see it? He had not finally taken over the National Assembly by coming there today to make a speech. A speech that shouldn't be done in that particular place.
Well, from now on, June 12th will always be done there. That's what is. In fact, the House said they're going to pass a law to that effect.
Now tell me, what is the reason for that? Esther, what is the reason for that? Has it ever happened before?
Do you think Soludo was playing politics with us? It was a political statement to curry
let
favor.
us even leave Soludo out of this
No,
matter.
I'm asking because that's what you're saying that's not the truth. The last time the president went to Anambra State, Soludo endorsed him.
You didn't hear what happened after? Was it not the same Tinubu who said that he does Soludo that told them to go and get him Anambra? Esther, you see all these things and you are asking me again. Tinubu told them to go and get him Anambra. Is that not what he said? This man is going to face election in another 4 months' time. So he will say anything good to please Tinubu. That is it, because he knows that INEC is still under his pocket. Or inside his pocket.
Okay, so
yes.
Barrister, if Tinubu, according to you, said, get me Anambra, and Chukwuma
the same way they got him Edo State.
And Governor Chukwuma Soludo, according to you, is just trying to curry favor. How would him speaking well of the administration of the president enable him win the election when the president is also wanting the APC to get Anambra State?
Oh my God. Esther, look, you see this you are trying to say now. Anyway, you are not a politician.
Okay.
I sympathize with you because you are not a politician. Yes, you are not. You don't know how they talk, have you? Oh God Almighty! You want to listen to what they are saying? Tinubu told you that his party should go and sweep all the parties inside APC. Did you not use that word? Sweep all of them, sweep them into APC. Is that not what he said? And you think he was joking, Abi? Oh, Esther, by the time, listen very well, by the time they are going to amend the constitution in December, the truth of what happened today will come to you. You see that he went to National Assembly. You will know the meaning. I won't say it now, so that somebody will not come and what's the evidence? You are just talking. You see, they are going to amend the constitution by December 25th, Abi, this year. Good. By the time they start amending that constitution, you will see what they are going to amend and who will get the benefit, whom that thing will favor. You will see what will happen. You think they deliberately delayed it for nothing? No. They are doing their calculations all over. Everything Tinubu have told you. In fact, I hate it when people believe lies. Somebody has been lying to you since you know him. How do you think he will change now? Mention one thing Tinubu told us since he came into office that has come to pass. Just mention one thing. Esther, mention one thing. Or you think he will just...
Wait, now he removed fuel subsidy as he promised. Yes, he did that. He increased FAC allocation. The CNG, although we've not seen the centers anyway established.
Hold on. Oh my God. Esther, the removal of subsidy, is it really true? Hold on. Is it really true that Tinubu is no longer paying subsidy?
So how did he increase FAC allocation now?
Nigerians, is it really true that Tinubu is not paying subsidy? The money they want to go and borrow and the 7.7 trillion naira that they want to pay NMCC, what is it for? Please tell me. Tell me, Nigerians, tell me. Since I don't know what I'm saying. That money, what is it for? Why is NMPC still involved in fuel importation? Did they not tell us that it is now free for all? You go and import and sell. NMPC is supposed to regulate. Esther, is that what is happening today? I don't know why Nigerians are not interrogating these things, for God's sake. You were here when NMPC gave us ultimatum that if we don't pay this 7.7 trillion in the next 210 days, that they will stop importing. So what concerns NMPC with importing fuel? since the subsidy has been removed.
But the president outlined 29 significant policy achievements of his administration in a passionate speech.
Which of them can you verify? Esther, which of them can you verify? Now tell me. It's like you want to interrogate this line more and more.
No, now he declares.
What he told you, which of them can you verify? Is the question. Tell me the one you have seen today. You saw when Obi was talking. He gave you statistics where we were before APC came into office and where we are now. He gave you statistics. I was thinking somebody would contradict him. Nobody can contradict him because the facts are from NBS. They are from NBS. Can you lie about it? No.
Okay, so the introduction of the Skill Up Artisans program, that is part of the initiative now. That's one of the things he said. The initiation of the National Youth Talent Export Program, and then launch of the Nigerian Youth Academy. Is that not an achievement? Processing of 75,000 beneficiaries for 1 million micro and small business, opportunities.
Hold on. Which of the businesses? You mean this one that closed down? The businesses are from the moon, Abi. The 7.2 million businesses that are closed down in Nigeria, please. Is that not on record? Hold on. Is that not on record? I don't know. You see, when you say this thing, you tickle my brain. No, I'm not joking. 7.2 million businesses have closed down under Tinubu's watch. And he's telling you that he's trying to do what? Those businesses, you mean they set out to close down or what? Were they not existing before he came into office?
What of the launch of the renewed Hope City and Estate Housing Initiative?
Go and see who owns those estates and those cities. Go and see who owns it. Go and see who owns it. Who owns the estate and this? Who owns it? The same way you can do land audit in Lagos State and tell me who owns most of the properties and estate.
45.6 billion for student payments.
True talk. Student what? No, you are not here when ICP told you how that scheme.
They came the following day to deny that. That was
oh, you want them to accept it, Abi? Are you serious? Really? Okay. Go to the university. I think federal university. Go and ask them. Go and ask the VP. They said that student intake have dropped.
The only thing is that on paper they said they reduced transportation costs by 60%, but that is not true.
Oh, really?
For all of us, that one with transportation has not
good
reduced.
Because you go out every day, you come in, you can witness that.
Yes,
is that not why you are doubting it now?
No, I didn't doubt it. It's obviously the truth.
Oh, really?
Transportation did not reduce.
But they told you,
at
good.
all. But that was part of the initiative that the achievement so CNG, far that was written down.
The CNG
too is another issue because how many CNG centers are established? It's an initiative that has not yet been realized. But what about the NEL Fund? What about the student loan scheme? What about the scheme for agriculture? Scale up businesses, the youth development program? All of that you're saying that it's not.
If you set your house on fire and later put out that fire, I will not clap for you. You didn't do anything. You didn't perform any magic. We were enjoying our life here before Tinubu and his party came to hijack everything out of us. So if they return us where we have met us, what is the achievement there? Hold on. You forgot where we were before APC came into office. And because they have done little or one thing here and there, you are clapping. Say they have done it. What have they done? They have not taken us back to where they met us economically. It is when they take us there and begin to improve things and this begin to improve. And hey, I cannot say, okay, you have done something. Have I not given you enough reason why I'm doubting them? Please tell me. We were somewhere enjoying our life. With a government that have focus, a government that have a human face. And you now came and scattered everything and send us back to Egypt. And you are now realizing your mistake, and you are trying to do something, because of too much shame and embarrassment, and then I should be clapping for you.
The termination of multiple foreign exchange systems is not a reform. Increased government revenues, which is a fact allocation.
It is not.
Ongoing major infrastructural projects. Increased oil productions. They are not good initiatives.
It is not enough.
Okay.
They have not done anything.
In 2 years.
They have not. In fact, they have even scattered everything in 2 years. They have messed up everything in 2 years.
So the incentives to farmers, the removal of tariffs and import duties, incentives to farmers to increase food production at affordable prices. Unfortunately, insecurity is rife. That was what I expected the president to actually lay emphasis emphasis on today.
So that
because he mentioned agriculture, food production, the reduction on food prices, because he knew it was essential. But the president did not talk about what has made food still be on the high side, which is insecurity. To even transport these food items, the taxes that these transporters have to pay on the road, even to these insurgents, to allow them clear and pass without them burning their goods or even killing them. I thought the president would lay emphasis on that.
How will he? Because he never wanted to look into that area. He's not concerned about those areas.
Why wouldn't he be concerned about insecurity?
He's not. If he is, he would have imposed a state of emergency in Benue. Esther, why did he deliberately forget about that? Even when we have told him, he imposed the state of emergency in that state for once. Did he say anything? No. Rather, he said, we will tell our security agents we are going to give them accolade for securing our life. Is that not all he said about it? Those things he said, how will it improve insecurity in Nigeria? How? He told the National Assembly that they should make laws that will do this. Just, things that are very, very awkward. No frontal attack to the real issues confronting Nigeria. And they were clapping. Of course, it's APC people now. They were clapping. I asked me, what are these people clapping for? Nothing. This speech you had today, I pray by next year, let all of us be alive. You hear some of it in next year's speech. They have already prepared it. I know by Ononoga, he would have taken some things and kept it somewhere. By next year, they will couple it together and still read it to you. They will read it to you next year and you will clap. It's true. Because that has been their modus operandi. All this mistake of calling names here and there, as if do you think is that not how they do things?
So you don't believe that with reduction in inflation and economic growth that has been experienced according to the presidency, based on them reeling out their achievement, that there is no similarity in that particular regard? There is no verifiable data to prove otherwise, to prove realistically based on what they have written down that the administration has achieved so far in these 2 years. The activities specifically for health and social welfare, for student loans, for the youth academy, and other infrastructural reforms ongoing. Not all of them have been complete, and that's why the president is saying that these reforms are long-term.
If Tinubu have not borrowed 1 naira since he came into office, I cannot believe that, yes, fuel subsidy removal is working. Esther, why Nigerians are not they are not very inquisitive? Please. How could you tell me that Tinubu removed fuel subsidy and he has been borrowing money right, left, and center? How much so far in 2 years? How much has he borrowed? So you don't know that money is what they are using to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy, Abi? And you are telling me that he paying subsidy? Esther, hey God Almighty. Why wouldn't Nigeria ask Tinubu, you remove subsidy, why are you borrowing money again? Is that not obvious? You can see. You look, when somebody is playing pranks and tricks, at a point he will run out of tricks. He wouldn't know what to say again. Look at how they are borrowing money and nobody's asking, will fuel subsidy removal, with the electricity tariff that has gone up, with the naira you floated, why should the Tinubu borrow money again? Tell me. Esther, you can see now. You can see that all these things you are telling me now, they are all lies, propaganda.
So you believe it's propaganda?
You can see, I'm giving you my facts. Why not contradict me now?
Reno Mokri is propagandizing. Shegu Shomi is propagandizing.
What are they known for?
Daniel Bala is propagandizing.
What are they
all
known
of them
for?
are propagandizing.
Please, we have played what they said here about Tinubu yesterday. Today now, they are in the same company with Tinubu. What does that tell you? These people are looking for where their belly face. That's all.
Reno Mokri said that the government is not giving him anything. He makes $10,000 from X alone. He has other businesses, so basically love for country.
Yes, it's true. When we were talking bad about Tinubu, he still loved him that time, Abi. So what had changed about Tinubu that he's not singing his praises? Esther, tell me.
He said, according to him, when he began to see the workings of the president, he realized that, okay, indeed, because he admitted that, according to him, he said that the PDP was one that asked him to go stage a protest at Chatham House, outside Chatham House at the time. But when he gave the president time and began to see the proceeds of his reforms and all of that on his own, he decided to do the needful. While he was criticizing Peter Obi and everything Peter Obi said in the last interview, he said they were all lies and they were not true. When he was asked questions to criticize Atiku Abubakar, he said no, he would not criticize Atiku Abubakar because Atiku Abubakar has not done anything to him, but rather been a friend. Let's listen to that.
Can you just imagine?
person in his government. You can read that book. He praised me as the most loyal person in his government. Former President Jonathan and I are close like brothers. He's come to spend 10 days with me in California. Former President Jonathan, 10 days with me in California. He's not probably having good relations with some of his spokesmen. I was not his spokesman. I am the only one that he has good relationship with. Why? Now, from President Jonathan, because he did not contest again, our party produced Waziri Atiku Abubakar. So it was natural for me as a member of that party to support Waziri Atiku Abubakar. And until today, Waziri Atiku Abubakar and I are still good friends. We talk. We talked, give me a second, I think we communicated, was that 3 days ago? And even before that, we have regular communications. Waziri Atiku Abubakar has come out publicly to say that some persons were disloyal. He has come out to attack them after they went and supported President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has never said that about me. Now, we go over to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Since I began to support him, I've given unequivocal support. So, who have I been disloyal to? Who? The three people that I've been working with at this level, all of them have vouched for my loyalty. So are you now going to say that it is one person on social media that doesn't even know my relationship with these people that will gauge my loyalty? No.
APC are better, the PWB is not better than them in terms of how they envision these ideas.
I still hold that view that the president is by far better than anything Peter Obi would have done. And we can go into specifics. What Peter Obi was talking about the president doing that the president mishandled was fuel subsidy. And Peter Obi was being clever by half, because after he gave that interview, I brought out another interview that he had given. Incidentally, that interview was on Channels, where he told the public that if he was elected as president, fuel subsidy would go immediately. He said it, immediately. So what did the president do? The president took out fuel subsidy on day one, immediately. So how would he have done it differently from the president? He was being dishonest, because there is nothing that the president would have done that he would have done, because he said he was going to remove fuel subsidy immediately, which is what the president did. And if you look at the World Bank, if you look at the IMF, these guys have said that what the president did was right. It brought some pains, but it was a necessary decision. But let's assume that these Bretton Woods institutions, the World Bank and the IMF, maybe they are new colonialists. So let's take them aside. What about Moody's? What about Fitch? In the whole world, Fitch is the #1 ratings agency. And Fitch has upgraded Nigeria to a stable B positive, because they said the reforms by the Bola Tinubu administration are working, especially the removal of fuel subsidy and the flotation of the Naira. After they did that, that was last year, I think that was on December 17th. And then, soon afterwards, Moody's followed, and they upgraded Nigeria. Now, you can see that the reforms, especially the removal of fuel subsidy and the flotation of Naira, are working. This gentleman met the debt profile for Nigeria from around $8 billion. Right now, as I speak to you, our debt is now $94 billion. So $14 billion are reduction in our debt. And it's not just with the federal government. Almost all states have reduced their debt load. Why? Because the federal allocation to the states has increased. In some cases, doubled. In some cases, tripled. So because of the removal of fuel subsidy, we are seeing tangible actions. So I completely disagree with Peter Obi. Peter Obi, as governor of Anambra, is the only governor in the last 26 years that increased poverty in Anambra. The two governors before him did not increase poverty. The governor after him did not increase poverty, but Peter Obi increased poverty. So he does not have the moral authority to talk. And then he said something about criminality. Look, of all the major presidential candidates in the last election, only one person was indicted by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalism for fraud, and that was Peter Obi in the Pandora Papers, where he was accused of illegally taking money out of Nigeria and putting it in foreign accounts. Recently, in that same interview, he said that he left $150 million and 36 billion naira into the Anambra State coffers. That is actually a lie. This is a man that left 127 billion naira debt. Please, you can fact check me. And if you quantify the debt with the money that he left behind, the debt was more than what he left behind. And even what he left behind, some of it he claimed was in assets. For example, he said that he had invested some of the Anambra State government money in Interfax breweries. And if you go back and look, he invested, I think it was about $12 million. Today, that $12 million investment at Interfax breweries is now worth $5 million. And even the worst part of it is that the money that he said he kept them in his held in a bank in which he has substantial shares, about 10% shares. So that means that money was earning interest for that bank, so that money was going to his own pockets. So Peter Obi does not have the moral right to criticize President Bola Tinubu.
So you talked about Atiku Abubakar. You said the only person you think that out of the two that you think Bola Tinubu is better off is Peter Obi. But what about Atiku Abubakar? Is Bola Tinubu better than Atiku Abubakar?
I am not going to criticize Waziri Atiku Abubakar, and I'm not going to compare him with President Bola Ahmed.
So the thing is this: they asked him a question, and he says he cannot criticize Atiku Abubakar, but these are opponents of the current administration, and he reeled out all the benefits of the reforms of the president. You still don't believe any of the things he reeled out here?
I am telling you authoritative that if P2B have skeleton in his cupboard, he will not be walking free by now.
You think they would have imprisoned him?
I said he will not. They would have told EFCC, DSS, ICPC, all of them, to open up his cupboard so that they will see the skeletons there. Who did the P2B hand over to? Was it not Willie Obiano? Where did the Willie Obiano get the money he used to start the airport?
But it was Willie Obiano that made the statement that he left a debt. But basically, the debt is for contracts that were not completed before he left. He did not pay the contractors because they did not finish their job.
Hold on, I'm coming. Let us do this one by one. Who started that airport at Anambra? Was it not Willie Obiano? They asked him, where you just entered office, where did you see the money to do all this thing? Willie Obiano said, my brother, I saw money. This man left money. And I said, what would the money be doing there? And I started this airport with the money. Why is it that Willie Obiano did not come out and tell the public? You see, Esther, when P2B was in that state, the Millennium Development Goal, it was the first state in Nigeria that achieved it. It's on record. Now, somebody tell you that he increased poverty in Anambra. Is that a fact? Hold on. Before P2B came to Anambra, Anambra's schools were number 28 in WAEC and JAMB. P2B brought it to number 1 throughout it. Is it not a record? The facts are there in WAEC and JAMB website. There are things that you can cross-check, not propaganda. These people are good. Look, you can see what he said. I would not criticize Atiku, but you will continue to criticize P2B. Why? Because he's the only person that is giving him high blood pressure. It's only P2B. Go and check. Why do you think they're always after him? He's the only clean person among all of them. At least he's cleaner than all of them. That's why they're attacking him. Chief P2B can never be as corrupt as they are. That's why they're attacking, nothing else. So whenever people raise this issue about P2B, I just laugh. Gullible Nigerians will not understand. They want to run him there because he's the only man standing. P2B will never be this flamboyant in office. You see all these things they are doing all over, using money to do whatever. P2B will never try it. Because he has been tried and tested. He's not that kind of person who will be wasting public funds. These people who don't have respect for public funds, P2B will not try it. That's why they're after him. He would have done it in Anambra now. Yeah, he would have done it. All those money they say he would have taken the money away and go and rest. At least he left money for you to pay contractors. Did you pay them? He left money to pay contractors. He would have taken it and go away and put it as part of the debt he left behind. Why are they always after him, Pastor? The only governor among all of them that doesn't have anybody calling him at EFCC. They will, don't worry, maybe by next year, count down to election, they will start manufacturing things, they start looking for things. They will call some what do I call it that? Some henchmen all over the place to go and manufacture things. One will come and say, yes, P2B gave me 200 billion to go and keep for him somewhere. This one will say, yes, it's true, I was the one saving the money for. They will do all manner of things. But I'm telling Nigerians to be wary. They want to shut him down so that nobody will come up close to them. That Nigerian cannot have somebody they will look up to. That's what they are trying to do. It has been their stock in trade. Why are they begging him to join their party? You remember when they were begging him to come and join APC? The man snubbed them. Because they want everybody to be like them. This thing that they are doing in office now. Unfortunately, Nigerians don't even know what is going on. That's the most painful aspect. This is they did to their star. All these national honors. You know why Tinubu did them? To compromise every one of them.
You think so?
I said including the Wole Soyinka. That's why he cannot talk. Have you heard the politician criticizing Tinubu as a person or Tinubu as a president of Nigeria? With all the scandal against Tinubu, have you heard the Wole Soyinka open his mouth and talk? Let somebody come close to what Tinubu is. You will see what will happen. All the press will come alive, especially Lagos Ibadan press. They will come alive. These people that they gave, all of them will come alive and start talking. We can't have such a person as our president. For what? This and that. Nigeria. I remember when Obasanjo wanted to be UN Secretary General, what Wole Soyinka did to him. He was the one that denied him that position. All over the place, he was all over. Criticizing Obasanjo, telling them all manner of things. Have you heard the same Wole Soyinka talk about Tinubu and what he represents? No. You can see what I'm talking about here. So, anybody that is using propaganda to deceive us, you can deceive the whole Nigeria, not me. I know better. You see this thing he said today, Esther, I just told you, few months down the line, you will see the result will start coming out gradually. You will now know what I'm talking about. When Tinubu told you here that he will call down his entourage, both within and outside Nigeria, Esther, since that time he said it, has he practiced it? You cannot answer me, Abi. Has the Tinubu practiced this thing he told you? You can see now. So how can you tell me that a man who have been upturning himself, his own statement, he has never kept anything he told Nigerians, and you are still believing him? One thing he have never kept to it, never. So I don't know how else you will not tell me that I should be believing what Tinubu said and what. Has he convinced me that he meant well and I did not accept it? Has he? Look at how he was doing underhand dealings. He will tell you something before the press. Behind closed doors, he's working to undermine what he said. You are not the one behind the problem in the parties. Are you serious? Esther, if the Supreme Court have ruled in favor of APC concerning their chairmanship, will Tinubu keep quiet all this while and allow INEC to be doing what he's doing? Not to make a pronouncement. Will he? The day Atiku left APC, left PDP for Wike, that was the same day Tinubu told Wike, you cannot come over, we are waiting for you, because he had finished the job he want to do in PDP. Esther, Nigerians, please, it is said that my people perish for lack of knowledge. Please think, so that people will not think that we are all fools. All the while that Wike was causing problems both in Rivers and PDP, Tinubu kept quiet too. He didn't beg him to come to APC. Immediately he heard that Atiku have left PDP to go and form a coalition. That was the same day he now told the Wike, we are waiting for you to come into APC. What does that tell you? Nigerians, you didn't see anything wrong with that, Abi. You did not, Abi. I am sorry if you did not. So this same man I'm telling you, I'm not a character. I don't have the character of a one-party state. I'm not a dictator. It's a lie. You have done more than a dictator. With the way you are behaving and the way you are doing, you have done more than because you don't allow free, fair, credible election. Under your watch, we have not seen anyone.
So has he conducted any elections under his watch?
Of course, he has.
Which one? Is it the off-cycle elections?
Of course. Is that of course now?
But the president was still settling down then. I think it was still running under the purview of the previous administration.
Settling down for what? Election, you heard when you told the APC people, do you want me to give you Edo State? And they said yes. Did he not give them Edo State? Esther, did he not give them Edo State as a promise? Ondo State, mention any free, fair, and credible election that have been conducted under Tinubu. Mention one, please. Mention. I mean, an election that Tinubu allowed free and fair election under his watch. Mention. You can see. That's the hallmark of a Democrat. Look at it. And people do not ask him, how about this? Of course, nobody in that hall can talk to him now. As he was talking, they were clapping. And nobody is seeing the danger, the implication of what you are seeing today. Nobody. If you're going to do that broadcast inside the nation, it's a wrong move. Esther, it is wrong move. I mean, we have 3 arms of government so that there can be check and balances. Now, this man have totally taken over that place. But what happened today? You won't know the implication until later. How can anybody in that hall oppose Tinubu again? Tell me. Esther, tell me. How can anybody that was there today oppose Tinubu and his policies? going forward.
President,
We have been sold out.
Let me ask you a question. If everyone is accessible to the president, for example, the National Assembly members, the governors, the senators, why do you think they will be at loggerheads with the president if they can access him? He's a phone call away. It's not something that used to be before. Before, you have to go through agents, go through the chief of staff, pay homage, pay huge sums of money. You may even go to the president's, to Aso Rock and wait like 24 hours. Then you will still not see the president after all the monies you have spent. But if the president had made these people accessible to him, why would you want them to be on opposing sides?
Who told you that? You didn't hear when Ndume was complaining that you cannot access...
And that's Ali Ndume. Maybe there are certain reasons for that. But those who are defecting and coming in and all the income could be because we could see the president came to Lagos and all the people who were accessible to him.
Oh God, Esther, please. This is not how to check, how to convince.
What I'm saying is that if those people you're talking about at the National Assembly, you're complaining that they don't oppose him because of the fact that he came to the House, to the Senate Assembly today to do the speech, to give the honors and all of that, which according to you is wrong. And I'm now saying, if you recall, during the previous administration, the first four-year term of former President Muhammadu Buhari, the House and the President were not in good terms. They were at loggerheads.
Because of what? Who was the Senate President then?
Bukola Saraki was the Senate President. Now I'm saying that if the President seems to know how to give in, there's favors can be curried, there's a good relationship, then why wouldn't they be able to confer him with anything?
Esther, those who created the democracy, they are not stupid. That's why they created three arms of government to checkmate each other. You are not supposed to be smiling with each other when it comes to state matters, Esther. You are not supposed to. That is why Tinubu have been doing what he's doing. Because of this rubber stamp assembly we have. Get it right, that's the real reason. A National Assembly cannot just be kowtowing to whatever the president is saying and doing. It cannot happen. That's why we say we are no longer in a democracy, for God's sake. Mention one thing Tinubu have done that people say, no, Mr. President will not approve this. And they give their reasons. The same policy that he made, he will be the one to now turn it around again. Whereas under normal it is National Assembly that look at it and say, no, this will not benefit Nigerians, so we will not approve this. Look at where Nigeria is now. Everything they have done to us, nobody is now speaking for Nigerians in that assembly. Nobody. Nigerians are now on their own. And you are telling me that what is working? You mean going to hide inside the National Assembly to make a broadcast? Those are people who will not tell you their mind. Will you solve the problem? Because there is one reason. When a leader begins to behave like this, Esther, go and check. He has failed. He's not afraid of the people. He is not afraid of the people. That's what happens. Go and check. Anytime you see this type of behavior, they are now beginning to be afraid of what they have done to the people. They don't want the people to see them in the open and tell them their mind. That's all. How many Nigerians saw what we went on today? They were saying it inside that hollow chamber. And they were clapping and clapping and clapping. And you ask, what are they clapping for?
All right.
Our detriment, Abby.
All right, Barrister Darlington, let's get some reactions. And I would like you, the listeners listening to this program, if there is anyone who has benefited from any of these initiatives, I would like you to call. For example, the student support through NEL Fund, the free CNG kits that, according to the administration, real that they distributed to thousands of commercial drivers. That's what they said. I would really love you to please let us know about this. For higher education stability, the president said 50 billion naira was released to end ASU strike. Primary health care, you have 1,000 plots PHCs revitalized nationwide. I would like to know if there's any of the specialist centers that you have attended and you got good attention and you were actually subsidized with your the health care that was shown towards you. I would also like you to tell me, especially for transportation, they say transportation has reduced by 60%. For me, I don't think there's any reduction, but maybe it's different for you. I would like to know. For the NYSC, it's a monthly stipend of 70,000 or 77,000. I'd like to know if you have already been receiving that. Again, these reforms are not just to be, someone is just speaking or being loquacious. It's about the reality. Where are the testimonials? We'd like to hear the testimonials, verifiable testimonials about those who have benefited from this. Again, maybe some persons are not beginning to feel the reforms, and that's why the complaint is still on. Also, how can we advise the president to ensure that those at the grassroots feel this? Is it going to be through possibly calling the governors to order to ensure that the people at the grassroots feel this development? Because if they're not feeling it, then it's basically statistics you're calling. And remember, I told you at the beginning of the program, I want you to bear your mind. What do you want? Speak to the president. Tell him what do you want him to do? What would you expect him to do right about now? Between now and possibly the end of this year, what should the president do immediately, ASAP, that he's not doing? Let's just believe that he is listening. Where is it he's not doing what the needful is? If, for example, according to some certain persons say he's being surrounded by sycophants. So we are not sycophants. You are not a sycophant. You're going to tell the president to his face that this is what you're not doing right and this is what you need to do, especially for the fact that he says, according to what he said today, that he's a true Democrat.
Esther,
sir,
who will benefit from the debt you are owing? Is it not IMF and World Bank? Why would they clap for you that you are bringing debt upon your people? They will clap for you and support what you are doing. Is that not true? Where did the Tinubu meet us in our debt profile? And where has he taken it to now? This money you are talking about, all this you say you want to do, it will be the whatever. Is that not money he's going to borrow from them? And did he tell us he was going to do that?
Hello, good evening. How are you? Anthony, where are you calling us from, please? All right, Anthony, you have a minute. Go ahead. Clapping.
Exactly. I'm telling you.
Yes. Thank you very much for calling. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you? Good evening, sir. What's your name, please? All right. Go ahead.
Administration, I'm number one. Let me give you instances. I'm buying for at the rate of 85 naira. Now I'm buying it at the rate of 875 naira.
Good.
So I fill my tank before. I filled my tank before with 12,700. Now I'm filling my tank with 70-something thousand. So I benefited one thing. Secondly, I'm buying rice at the rate of 5 before he came up. Before he came on board. Now I'm buying rice at the rate of 80,000, 90,000. I benefited.
Yes.
Thirdly, dollar was 700 naira before the man took over. Now the man is selling, dollar now is 1,600. I benefited. Yes. I benefited fast road. I benefited insecurity. I benefited never pay. Before I am using 10,000 naira for 2 months, and today I am using 50,000 prepaid for 1 month. So I have benefited. So if anybody said he has not benefited, we benefited poverty. We benefited poverty, suffering, hardship. Killing. People are dying every day, hunger, and somebody will, those people are clapping. God will judge them one by one. They should continue clapping. They should on their mandate, we shall stand. We will stand on their mandate one day. They will stand in front of God and tell God what they have done.
Esther.
The land that God has given to them, what they did with it. So that is my own. So I have benefited. God bless you.
Hey, my brother.
Thank you very
Esther,
much, sir.
You are looking for people who benefited. This man just told you his own benefit. Is that not good?
Hello, good evening. Turn down the volume of your radio. Turn it down. Please, anytime you call, always turn down the volume. All right, please, so we can hear you. 080-3692-9933. That's the number to call. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
This is Paul from Ibada. Barrister Darlington, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Yes. Esther,
Sir?
honestly, you really made me to be very angry this night.
Hey.
Very, very angry.
What did I do?
As if Tinubu and APC sent you against us. Honestly, I have never been this angry since the beginning of this month. You've just made me, like I say, even if you have collected anything, at least you should be diplomatic over it. So this is not good. You are making the things you are analyzing, you are doing it as if we are fools.
I'm not analyzing, sir. I'm just reading out the achievements of the administration.
Yeah.
They said this is their achievement.
Which achievement?
My brother, no verse.
Go to the streets of Lagos. Go to any place in this country. Interview Nigerians. Don't leave politicians. Politicians, interview those who vote, Nigerians that are suffering. Ask them on the street. Don't ask them about their tribe or their religion. Just ask them how they are feeling. Then that will give you an index or a feeling of what the country and where the country is. Not what politicians are telling you. They are buying houses abroad, building mansions, doing all kinds of things with our money. Look, how can you tell me that a country like Nigeria having over 10 million out of school students?
No, it's 20 now. It's 20.
Then you are using 39 billion to renovate. Oh my God! What are you talking about?
My brother.
Are we fools?
My brother, I tire. And this same man.
How much is the police officer collecting?
Oh.
How much are these army boys collecting that are crying on social media?
And you still tell Wike that he should not mind us. That
I was maintaining 6 workers that I pay every month. Today, I've returned 4 because I can't afford it again. And what's growing economy is not that good. It's small-scale industry, small-scale business. That is what makes a nation's productivity and what grows the economy. Exactly. Not people of that level. They don't grow in economy.
It's true.
That's it. Okay, I have 6 people I pay every month. Now 4 sack because the economy is down. Our office cannot do anything again. So what happened to those 4 people? Multiply the family of those people, the people they pay their house rent, school fees, and medication. What is going on in their life? How will you say government is working when we are not making any progress economically? It does not function.
Getting AC because
the woman is angry herself.
Oh God, thank you.
The woman is angry herself. Esther, don't let them get annoyed.
I told her the Ogado face. The woman don't call ask that question.
Oh my God.
Hello, good evening. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Please, what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Ade from Ajawa State.
Okay, please, Ade, go ahead.
Yeah, please, I want to contribute to what people are benefiting.
All right, sir, please go ahead.
You know, this country, we celebrate a lot because of if you listen to what the other speaker said, we are just deceiving ourselves in this country. Look at all those Senate, all the people that they invite into that parliament today. They are even going against law by doing those things there.
I'm telling you.
You know, this country, we like deceiving. By the time election come now, give them 2 cups of rice, buy polo, give them. They will say, Baba, I do fast. See, this country, until we rise, youth, protest, do everything we can do to pursue this APC. You know, since APC get there, you know, Pastor Darity used to say something, that since APC get there, go and write it down. When Jonathan was there, things are not like this. See, I bought rice 7,500. Today, now the least one is 70-something thousand. And democracy is for the people. Any government that have failed by providing things that benefit people is useless government. They are just clapping for themselves. Then they have money already, they are still sharing money for them. That place they are today, now you know how much will enter each of them account. They have financed people going to Abuja, but God is watching all of them. One day they will live there. Even though if you get a top start, you will still live there. If they convert us, see all those people that will be camping to their party, they are hungry people.
All right, thank you very much. We need to take all the calls. Hello, good evening.
Esther, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Fine and good. Barrister Darlington, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Bates.
Yeah, Bates speaking.
All right, Batex, where are you calling us from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Egbeda.
All right, Batex, please go ahead.
Esther,
sir,
why are you asking people that what is good about this government?
I just said yeah. You want to tell me that
this government is a total failure to Nigerians. This is not how we are living our life when Jonathan is there. What are we talking? But all these people saying that Tinubu have reformed Nigeria, they have done that, they have done this, they have done that, do this one. I'm asking, are they no human being? So they want to tell Nigerians that they don't know what is happening in Nigeria now. Esther, I told my wife yesterday, since I've never eaten vegetable soup. Do you know that the small vegetable soup we prepare, do you know how much I spent? It's 20,000 naira. 20,000 naira to cook a pot of vegetable soup that will last only 5 days. Or if you manage it 6 days. Is that how I've been spending money to cook soup before? What are they talking? You can't go to market and buy common vegetable ugu. What I live. What is happening in this Nigeria? And the people are praising this man. What are you praising this man for?
I wonder.
For what?
They say the reform is coming.
All right. Thank you very much. Barrister Darlington. Oporoko don't cost. Oporoko now for rich people now.
What are you telling me?
You cannot go and buy oporoko.
What are you telling
you want
me?
to buy yam, crayfish, where we say we want you to take seasoned soup. Yeah. Oha, that's my favorite soup. Oha soup, correct Oha soup.
You can no longer
you can't. It's a luxury. So, hello, good evening. How are you? Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Tunde from Isolo. Good evening, Barrister.
Tunde, welcome. Yes, please go ahead.
Anyway, like I've always said every time, I'm here in Ajawa State, or Solo side precisely. Anytime this barrister comes to the studio, fine. He has a point that the government is not doing too fine and things like that. But this is position of angle of, I don't even know how we analyze it. It shows that he's a sectional and a biased analyst. How do I mean?
Okay.
Concerning the government now, for example, you're asking how the government has impacted. Fine.
Yes.
In the multiplier effect, generally, because of the subsidy removal, the government has not tried and people are complaining. But in terms of some benefits that my own younger brother has benefited,
good.
In terms of NEL fund, he was one of those that benefited that one there. He's still there in school. Osun State.
When you said then, is it not just recently?
Yes, Osun State.
Okay.
In NYSC also, at local government in Isola Bioshodi, the NYSC guys are passed out. They gave them 70K. I was one of those that went there. I saw that. I inquired from those. They collected 70K. So, but the way I just look at this barrister, I'm the one that you usually complain about this woman Pinto and all that. These are biased position about our law. But I've been trying to reach out since Monday, when Barrister also libeled the entire Yoruba tribe and called them all kind of funny names. I knew that this man, you cannot hide your bigotry. You will still show it, no matter how you want to hide it. You see, all this time, he just said something that day that really annoyed me, and I tried to call, but he was not able. You were not able to pick. He said, Awolowo went to plan with you. They said this, they said that. I mean, this man, this is a national radio. For God's sake, you are an elite. You call yourself a barrister. Don't be. You are just sounding like a sectional biased person. Okay. You don't do that on a national radio.
Okay, about you.
You don't do that on a national radio, please.
Are you
What's your statement?
Well,
you don't do that in this place. It's very, very
you
annoying.
have made your point. Let me reply you.
Thank you very much.
Esther,
and also, you are talking about Shore and Sunday.
What I said is
not that both of them are pushing different things. Shore is pushing under Nigeria. Sunday Igbo is pushing for Yoruba state. The same way you insulted the Jambi boss the other day, calling him Islamic man and all those stuff like that. That's not how to analyze. You are not an analyst, but a biased person.
Please let me hear. It is always good when they say their own. Esther, look at you. Think you can gaslight me? You are making a mistake. Esther, who took all our money in the bank and gave us only £20? Who did it? Was it not Awolowo? Hold on. Was it not Awolowo that did it? Who told Govt to blockade Bakassi? Why should he be fighting his enemies and be giving them food? And they blocked that place and even gave it to Cameroon. Who did it? Was it not Awolowo? Why did Awolowo come to join Govt in fighting Biafra? Was it not for him to become prime minister? And when they disappointed him, he resigned in 1971. Tunde, look, don't let me open up on you. You talk as if you know nothing. All the propaganda you people have been carrying out against us and even P2B, you are not talking about it. You saw here now when they told somebody, why don't you talk about Atiku? He said, no, I can't talk about Atiku. They excluded him. Abi, it is only P2B. All the things we have suffered so far in Nigeria, mention any region or any tribe that has suffered it. Esther, mention one person, one region that has suffered what the Ibos have suffered in Nigeria. Let us begin to tick the boxes. Is it because we are very tolerant and very peaceful? Is that not why we are suffering all this nonsense? I told him, I told him that instead of fighting the Ibos, go and fight those who are taking your land. Esther, is that a bad advice? Is that not a point that you should be looking to?
Yes, you're referring to the terrorists.
The terrorists, yes, the Fulani herdsmen are taking over their land. And then what is arguing? When they threatened the Tinubu fight here, they did not talk. They didn't answer anybody, Esther. But I'm the one that is bad because I'm pointing out their mistakes. Can you just imagine? Look at this Tunde talking. All the things I said, is it a fact or not? Is it a fact?
Is it Tunde that is making you to raise your voice?
No. You heard what he said now. We need to reply him so that you don't think that he has made a point. He didn't make any point. He was just trying to shut down somebody. And you cannot shut me. Tunde, you are too small to say that to me. You are too small. All the things I say, are they fact or not? Go and treat the problem in your house. Treat it first before you start talking to me. That's what I said. And I stand by it. If it were the Ibos that have surrounded the Southwest, killing people, killing them in their farm, asking them not to go far, Esther, will Tunde be talking like this? No, will he be talking like this? Every time you face the Ibos, why leaving your own problem at home? What kind of rubbish is that? Is that not a rubbish?
It's okay.
It's okay. Everything I told you, is it not a fact? Let's leave propaganda alone.
It's okay.
Did they not join the North to fight Biafra? All the things we wanted them to do during Abuja Accord, they refused. It was people from the Southwest, the permanent secretary that told Govt not to agree to it. Today, we are suffering it. Esther, all this restructuring, all this thing, is that not what Ojukwu told them in 1967? They refused. Now they have come back to it.
Sorry, they're trying to adjust your mic. Calm down.
What are you telling me? Each time we want to talk here, this guy will come out and be talking rubbish, complete rubbish. Telling us that everybody is biased. You are not biased. You are not biased.
Your voice has been calm. Is it Tunde that gave you BP now?
No, not BP. Hold on. We need to say it as it is. Don't call out. Look, I hate it when people leave their problem and they are chasing me.
Sorry.
I hate it.
Sorry.
This particular issue, this insecurity that has taken over everywhere in Nigeria. Why do they not make reference to it, Esther? Have you ever had any of them complain about insecurity here?
Only you too, Michael. Only you too, Mike.
Have you ever had any of them complain about this insecurity, Esther? Tell me the truth. Even their brother that spoke today, did he mention about insecurity and how to tackle it? Did he say anything about it? Tunde kept quiet because it's not the Ibos. Imagine if it is Ibos that are causing this problem now. Imagine if it is Ibos, Esther. What do you think will happen by now? He left it and he's talking rubbish. Let me see you. Any day you come here and talk rubbish to me, I will leave this place and talk to you the way you don't like me. What kind of rubbish is that one?
All right.
We are talking about the one you did. You are doing more.
It's okay.
What kind of rubbish is that?
Hello, good evening. Sorry for keeping you. I needed to allow Barrister Darlington to vituperate. Joval, why did you cut the call? Joval did cut the call.
We are saying something here. Just interjected and start talking about bias.
Hello.
Bias.
Hello. All right. 08036929933. Hello. You're not speaking. I have picked your call. Okay. 08036929933. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Fine.
Hi. What's your name, please? Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Turn it down. 08036929933. That's the number to call. 08036929933. And the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. 0817175638. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
What's going on with the what's you guys calling on WhatsApp? Call on the normal line. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
My name is Wisdom. I'm calling from Ibok.
From Ikotu?
Yes.
All right, Wisdom, please go ahead.
Dr. Darlington, I agree.
Well done, my brother.
I beg, no vex, calm down. You know you are serving public.
I'm
so you calm down because that guy wait for. Not everybody in 9 days. Some people they are very not today. So you go take it easy.
Look, my brother, I will not complain if he's meeting me intellectually. If he countering me with facts, I will not complain. I will not. But he want to always gaslight people to make people believe that they are wrong. Then he is right. Why?
Now your boy, take it easy. Now your boy, you never learn. Small. Nobody when they see the same way they know. Everybody, he said when they talk, everybody take it easy.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for coming to placate Barrister Darlington. All right, thank you very much. 08036929933. Barrister Darlington, you can take your water. I'm taking my mouth. You can take your water. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
Yeah. Esther, agree to now.
I agree to you. What will be your name?
Good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Yeah. My name is Joseph from Apapa.
All right, Joseph. Go ahead, I beg.
Yeah. I want to, but please, calm your mind. Truth is always bitter. When person say the truth, not everybody will like it. So that is it. So I want to thank all of you for what you are doing. So no matter how they cover the truth, as time goes on, they must explode. So thank you for everything.
Thank you very much for calling. Okay?
Esther,
sir?
Please go and do your research in public universities. Check their intake before this NEFON and check their intake after this NEFON. So I see whether I said VCs complained the other day that you don't give students loan in a battered economy. Students are dropping out of school as I talk to you now with the so-called fund. The school fees in the universities increase. The fund cannot even match the school fees.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, how are you?
I'm okay.
What's your name, sir?
I'm calling from Ibok.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah. Please, Mr. Darlington, I greet you.
Well done, brother.
Calm your mind. Among the 12 apostles, there must be Judas. This particular Tuesday always tackle you.
No, he's not tackling me. You know, he's not tackling me. No, he no reach to tackle me. No reach.
I know.
He's not talking rubbish. No reach.
Such person is sent by their people.
Abi?
Yes. Is one of the agents they sent to be tackling you. And you see, he said he used to get one of his brother get. One of his brother get.
One of his brother.
So what about other people that is not getting?
My brother, ask him.
This one that is dying every day. and is gaining. What of if is that his brother that died?
Abi? No.
What of if is that his brother that his brother that have not eaten since 1 weekend? Will he come here and be talking rubbish?
Well, leave them, Daddy. Leave them.
I don't want. Whenever that man talk, I don't want. I always thought to challenge him, but he will not pick my talk. That man is in short. I don't want to curse him. Let him continue. The next thing he will see, he will come to his doorstep.
Abi?
Yes. This regime will touch him, and he will touch his people. He will not have painful it is. That is all I have for this
Thank
tonight.
you, my brother. Thank you.
God bless you.
We are talking of something that benefits Nigerians, Esther. You heard everybody say we are buying a bag of rice, 7,000 naira under Jonathan. Is that not something that everybody can attest to? But because they favored you, you are an APC supporter. They gave you tashere, they gave you crumbs from the table. That is what you are using to gaslight everybody here. And you want me to listen to such nonsense?
Hello, good evening. How are you? Turn down the volume
your brother
of your
benefited
radio.
from whatever.
Hello?
Rubbish.
Hello?
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name, sir, please?
Okay, my name is Shola. I'm calling from Suluru.
All right, Shola, please go ahead.
Okay, so I think I've listened to the conversation. My challenge is Barrister Balising is that sometimes it can just be biased, just to be honest.
Okay.
See, when there are issues, you face it squarely. Don't go through the route of tribal, trying to say Yoruba or Igbo.
You can see
so that you just face it. Honestly, that is the truth. That is my view.
Okay.
All right, Shola, thank you so
Esther,
much for calling.
have I ever come here to raise any issue outside the topics you presented?
No.
Is that not when somebody like Tinubu will call and will be talking down on the... you can see. I mean, whatever, Tunde? Or Thunder? I don't know which one. If you put hate in now, has it not become Thunder? Now, let me ask you. Is that not when people like him come here and interject in a very rude manner? Have I mentioned anything Yoruba or whatever here?
Today, see what you cause now.
No, on a more serious note, you can see now. And his brother now have come from, and he's not blaming me again for the problem they caused.
Okay, so
Esther, you can see why people try to be very clever by half. Look at him now. He's talking another thing. Anyway,
hello.
If he should come here 20 times, I will address you 20 times.
How are you?
Good
evening.
If you come here, Joval, I'm hearing you. If they say it 20 times, I will say I will reply them 20 times here. That propaganda is over.
Let Joval talk. It's time for us to hear.
Esther, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Well done, my brother.
Barrister Darlington, I first of all, Esther, please protect your analysts. A bag of pure water was sold for 15 naira, and today it is 300 naira.
Pure water,
fact,
pure water, pure water.
No, pure water is
it also a fact? Is it also a fact that 15 naira was in circulation and could be used in this country before they came? And today, Esther, you can no longer use 15 naira. 100 naira cannot even buy anything again. It is a fact, Esther. So we should look at issues. I'm not interested in tribal issues. The government of the day, what they do is that they try to separate Nigerians so that we cannot face the problem that is facing us unitedly. So what do they throw into the works? They bring religion, they bring tribal divisions among us, and it is always imminent when election is approaching. They do that, and the people run with that, and with that, we can never achieve unity. We cannot get the best government that we want. Why is it that Reno Omokri is always speaking against Mr. Peter Obi?
I wonder.
He doesn't tackle issues. Now, the Shehu asked him a question, Esther, and said, can you criticize Atiku Abubakar?
He said
not
no.
Tinubu now. He said no. And the question he was posed that did not even connect Peter Obi from the beginning to listen to that question. He brought in Peter Obi into that conversation. And that is how they behave, so that Nigerians will be thrown into confusion. Esther will understand these things. So please, Nigerians should be guided. When
you call and he called
you talking that okay, when your brother benefits, you don't reach your side with us now. So my own talk is say, may they leave, may president they rule. That speech is not belong forever. One day it must come down, other people will join there. So, but we pray make it a good one come for us. That's what my opinion.
Thank you very much. And I will take some messages now. Adrimoye, okay, good evening, good evening to you too. Franklin, good evening, my people from VOP family. Good evening to you. Ebenezer Godson, which democracy are you talking about? Point of correction, Nigeria don't. Chukuka Dennis, good evening, Esther Darlington, and beautiful Esther Wachuku. Happy government democracy. Esther, those 10 people you mentioned that fought for democracy, make your mouth no swell up. Oh. Hey, Chineke. Don V, have call back. Okay, I don't understand what you sent here. Obi Tobi, what is going on with our politicians praising failure? Richard Ali, well done, Esther Wachuku and Barrister Darlington. Dami Otumba, Obi is just wasting his time. Are you people in the studio go and develop Southeast? Okay? Omosheyi Onome, you have said it all. Corrupt people in government. Ifeyinwa says, okay. Ifeyinwa says, Esther, don't you know the meaning of APC? All promises cancelled. Babatunde Awolaja, good evening, Barrister and Madam Esther. Tinubu felt that he has no business with Nigerians except the senators who are ready to do anything in his favor. Exactly. He knows what he is doing, evil genius. Cynthia, APC is not qualified to rule Nigeria. Tobias Chinelo, good evening, Barrister. Please don't let Esther give you high BP. Take it easy because of your health. Today is not me, it's Tunde that gave you. Adewiya Biodu, Esther, you know, rate your audience. Waiting this your analysis they talk. Some of us go school now. Ebenezer Godson, Qatar used 2 years to build 4 stadium, 4 underground train, and many more. While Nigeria since 1962 today are still battling with common electricity. Babatunde Awolaja, they were clapping like kindergarten pupils. No sense of reasoning. To them, all is fine. Tinubu should learn from the story of the tortoise and the elephant. People praising him today will say crucify. MC Ra Comedy, good evening, my giant VP family. Just buy data with last card just to see Barrister Darlington, just to get more knowledge and wisdom. Please, Esther, try today call my name. Well, MC Racha, also known as Comedy. Okay, I don't call him. Ebenezer Godson, village where I'm living in diaspora is developed than Abuja. Mukhtar B, always love listening to Barrister Darlington's shallow analysis, rigged with wailing from interpreting Soludo's submissions to dismissing the president's reforms. Hysterical. Okay? Ebenezer Godson, Obed Oji, Nigerians just go and look up the word charlatan in dictionary. That is what the current government is. Our problem is judiciary, National Assembly, Electoral Commission, Nigerian police, governors. Chukuma says, good evening, VOP. We don't have a country. I'm not sure if there is God, because the way things are going, he cannot come and help us from. Oha soup is the favorite soup of special month people. Yeah. June, those around me know it is my favorite soup. If I travel home, they will welcome me with typical Oha soup. That's it all. I love Oha soup. That's my best soup. Any day, anytime. Babatunde Awolaja, Atunde, my namesake, you have poverty mentality. Did you listen to yourself? What can 70,000 naira do? The life of your brother. Now fun, rubbish. Tunde, don't you go to the market? Tunde, go to bed. Barrister Darlington, the Almighty will guard you against those who hate the truth. Okay, Little Mistake says, I have this attitude of your Esther. If Barrister stops coming to this station, I will make sure everyone I introduce to this station leaves. Calm down. Ogene.
It's not a threat.
Ogene. Hey, I want to see.
You have better be careful.
Oh, wow.
You and Tunde, you have better be careful.
Engineer Ola, see, Esther, I am Yoruba. Everything Barrister Darlington said about Yorubas is true. A complete enemy of Igbo people. What his actions shows, every time some man will be attacking Barrister, why this rubbish must stop. I have been listening to him. Also, Tessie, the way some Southwest people will defend him, but I wonder if they are living in a separate country. Okay, Lawson Amadi, Tunde, you are an intellectual vacant Agbadorian. They calm down now. Hey. Okay, little mistakes. At Jovi, this is my problem with Esther. If it was precious, she wouldn't allow such nonsense. Esther and Barrister Darlington, Sekiru Lamidi, good evening. Wolf, if Mr. Darlington was a caller, I'm sure most of the stations would cut him off with the kind of statements he makes. tribalistic, generalizing, and he goes off point sometimes. The man has lost it. Grace Wachuku, you don't know what you're saying at Wolf. Okay, that's all on YouTube. Let's go on to WhatsApp. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Wilfred from Surulere. As a Nigerian living in Nigeria, if at this point in time you still think and believe that Nigeria will get better anytime soon, most especially under this government, then your head needs to be thoroughly, carefully, and properly examined. Your brain needs to be properly checked, properly evaluated, re-evaluated properly, because you may be suffering from the inability to think properly, so you need brain transplant. The only thing Tinubu should do now is resign. Simple. There's talking too much. What we saw today at the National Assembly are students taking lectures from their headmaster. Mr. President, you have celebrated with politicians and Senate on June 12 today. When will you celebrate with ordinary Nigerian citizens? Mr. President, have mercy upon our unborn Benjamin from Abuleba. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you too. Barrister Darlington, I titled you, Ichie is Yoku Atuegu. Continue speaking the truth. Only a stupid man can know the way and enter bush. Do you know that Nigerians has paid all the monies President Tinubu borrowed through all the taxation average Nigerians paid? That's why he's still borrowing more monies. Is this an enjoyment to Nigeria? No wonder Fela in his music says that Nigerians are suffering and smiling. President Tinubu should go to Burkina Faso President Ibrahim Traore and ask him to teach him what is democracy, even though he's a military. Chukwendu from Ushudi.
Oh, let him go to Argentina. A man there balance their budget after 135 years. Esther, Argentinian president. Can't Tinubu go and copy such a thing instead of borrowing money or right, left, and center and telling me he's reforming the economy? The man in Argentina is a foolish man, Abi, and he's wiser than the man. Those that know better. With all the things we have already contributed, Esther, we don't need to borrow money. Look, I told you here, Esther, I can pay subsidy, and Nigerians will never know that subsidy is being paid on their behalf. The people that are telling him that he should go and be doing well, reforming the economy, killing us and doing everything, in their own country, they are enjoying subsidy, Esther. They are enjoying subsidy in the Western world, all of them. Yet they don't want Tinubu to give it to us. Rather, they want to pack the money and go and give to them over there in the name of borrowing money.
All right, this president, you didn't put your name. Follow the money securely, and you will discover corruption in an unknown place, including laundered money in offshore accounts across the globe. But it could be deep. Which of the elder statesmen will deem it fit and apologize to Nigerians for their bad performances while in leadership? But will history ever remember any of them for good? Is this not an ample opportunity for the elder statesmen at 90 years and below to tender serious apologies to Nigerians, to have put many lives into serious calamitous episodes? The very day Nigerians realize collectively that their leaderships, career criminal politicians, and their religious leaders are the ones manipulating them, that day freedom is established. You didn't tell us your name. Okay, Alex from Ikoto, good evening. That man that is criticizing Barrister needs a joint hand. Okay, you didn't tell us your name. My prayer for today is that the blood of the massacred Nigerians under the watch of their government should take their revenge. Okay, I'm not going to read this. Thank you. Greetings to you all. I want to suggest that Mr. Tunde from Jao Estate should buy the book written by Barrister Peter Anosike. That book would definitely enlighten him more on the civil war. Having said that, the federal government should wake up to their civil responsibilities, because the strife out there is on another harsh level. The scorecard that the APC are fond of reeling out doesn't reflect the truth about the welfare of the masses. Sazi from Ogudu GRA. Esther, please stop inviting this man, Mr. Darlington, always off point, always emotional. The man will destroy your station from Southeast. IK from Agbado. I don't think Mr. Darlington is a barrister. The way he's talking this night shows that he's emotional. Stop him, okay? IK from Agbado, we have heard you. Barrister, do you want to respond to IK?
What do you want me to tell him? These are part of the paid agents. What is that thing that you said that is off point? But the one they are doing to us is the right point, Abi. You can imagine. Esther, can you see? Was it not lies and propaganda that brought APC to power? When they were telling all that lies to Nigeria, they were dancing. Where is Lai Mohammed now? All the things he told us here, Lai Mohammed is a lawyer. He's a lawyer. When he was spewing out all those propaganda, Nigerians were buying. Now, nobody will come and ask Tinubu and APC, come. What are those things you people promised us that even made us to vote you people into this government? Nobody is wise enough to confront them and ask them those questions. Where is the restructuring? Esther, where is the restructuring that APC used to deceive Nigerians? Where is the fuel will become 200 naira per liter? Esther, where is it? Nigerians are too docile to ask questions, and we are asking those questions, and they say we are talking off point. I should not believe Tinubu, Abi. I will not.
All right, the 57th paragraph of Tinubu's speech today didn't ensure hope. As for Soludo, Tinubu has abandoned him by asking APC governorship candidates in Anambra to grab the state for him. What's June 12 without Humphrey Musa, and why did Buhari find it too hard to recognize him? I give to Tinubu for thinking twice to recognize him, though too late. I want to ask, are these killer headsmen and terrorists stronger than all our armed forces? I don't believe so. The harvest of dead all over Nigeria has gone off the roof. If electoral reforms don't occur, it will be very difficult to unseat Tinubu. By the way, no be this same National Assembly go reform am, and same Tinubu will sign it. I beg you. Federal government is time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released to restore peace in Alibo. Where is Leah Sharibu? Chijioke. Good evening, Esther and my Honorable Barrister Darlington. I'm Jeffrey Esezobo Ehie from Satellite Town. I'm from Edo State, or One West local government. Nobody should come up here and say Mr. Darlington is a sentimental speaker, please. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you, and Barrister Darlington. I'm pleased to tell you the earth is proud of you for saying it verbatim to those who care to hear the truth. Ndewo Mazi Amadi. Good evening, Esther. I bought one bag of rice for 7,500 naira for my mother's burial during Jonathan in 2014, and in 2022 for my father's burial I bought it 31,000 naira. Now Tinubu has increased it to 70,000 naira. Barrister, leave Tunde alone now. APC agent from Sheyi. Good evening, Esther. I believe that democracy brings about freedom and development to the people, but in our case, democracy means politicians are much stronger, powerful, and more money from the federal government, while the people suffer hunger and starvation. For the first time in the history of this nation, nationwide democracy speech was cancelled. This current government has no direction. May God save our country. I'm Surveyor Fred Chibweze Maduka from Yaba. Good evening, VOP. Peter Obi stands out amongst Nigerian politicians, which is why the ruling party is trying to bring him down. He's a highly sought-after figure. He's a beautiful bride amongst them all. Meanwhile, the president's recent speech was underwhelming, with noticeable errors, raising concerns about his delivery. Esther, it's worth noting that analysts like Mr. Lawal Ekundaya set a good example by asking permission before responding to callers' attacks. Perhaps Barrister Darlington could follow suit, following on the analysis as invited rather than engaging in exchanges. Mr. Ogunbiyi from Idimu. VOP, Esther, please don't allow your caller to say what is not in your papers or news mentioned, okay? Thank you very much. Good evening, Esther. Olamilekan from Barua. I'm a Yoruba man and a die-hard fan of Peter Obi till date, and I detest this government with everything I have. You can check my Facebook comments since 2022 till date. Truth be told, Barrister Darlington does not impress me whenever he tackles issues from the angle of tribalism. It's like you're practicing what you're complaining about. It's a slap on Yoruba like me that is not supporting this current government. Don't use one brush for all your paintings. God bless us. Olamilekan from Barua.
Look, hold on, Esther. I ask you again, since we came here this evening, have I raised... Can you just imagine?
So
can you just imagine?
I was waiting for him to tell me the benefits that he has benefited.
Can you just imagine?
So he started off with that.
So if I now reply him to correct the mistake, how is that my fault? I should close my mouth and accept what he said. I will not. I will not. If all of you come here, you cannot intimidate me. Hear me now. Hear me and hear me well.
Good evening, VP. Barrister Darlington. First, for the benefit on monetary aspects, some people are benefiting, such as core members, and some students getting loans. You should know those are obvious that can't be undercapited. They'll be exposed easily. That is not fulfilled. My issue with this government is that the populace are not feeling many of their paper achievements being sold out. The major problem, however, Barrister, you are so blunt in your analysis that it would raise contempt from counterparts. I would rather you adopt linguistics approach in your speech and presentation. I'm not blaming you, though. According to history, activists are more gallant even when they're wrong in their opinion sometimes. The basic part of it is that they are activists and they detest a failed system. Ola from Ago.
Yes, because now, where we are now, Ola, if you truly love this country, you have to be blunt, too. That was how they used to get into office. Get it right.
Sister Esther and Honorable Barrister Darlington, please, I want to know, do we have another Nigeria elsewhere? Let this government understand that Nigerians are not fools someday. Nemesis will catch up with them. As for Mr. Tunde, please tell him to ask his paymasters to increase his monthly fees he received from them. But it's a pity a youth like him can reason and defend the government the way he does. I am Govt from Abulewa. If he is benefiting from the government and if he feels the administration is doing well for him, he has a right to defend the government of the day. Nobody should be attacked for wanting to defend the government. If the government is your choice, if you voted for the government and they came into power, if they are doing well for you, you're free to express your appreciation for the government. I don't think that is a wrong thing, but not to attack anybody on national radio. Okay? Good evening, Esther. Sahid Bariwa. Esther, God will judge you if you fail to read my message this evening. Hey. Darlington, you are an ethnic bigot. You kept saying that Fulani herdsmen are taking over Yoruba land. That is a fat lie. And Watercones are securing Yoruba land. Haven't you heard about herdsmen killed your people in Imo, Enugu, and all over Igbo lands, and also raping women and daughters, unknown gunmen killing people en masse? As for the lie about Awolowo, my prayer is that Yoruba matter will not kill you, Darlington. No be Yoruba make your Igbo land to be unproductive. All right. Thank you very much.
You can see what we are talking about. You said Fulani herdsmen are not in Yoruba land.
Yes, that Motekun is protecting their land.
I wish you well, very soon you will not complain. Very soon, very very soon. You are living in denial, Abi. There is no problem. I heard you and I'm taking note. Very very soon, I will ask you how market.
Said Bariwa, why did you start with God will judge you? I read messages, so there are a lot of messages here. I don't discriminate messages. I read the messages so long as it's on point and it's not derogatory to anyone. I read the messages. Esther and Honorable Barrister Darlington, good evening. May the Almighty God continue to bless you all. The president has failed totally. As a result, he will always mingle himself to those who will sing his praises. To him, an ordinary Nigerian woman, man and children aren't important. Andrew from Ojo. Nobody is gaslighting you. First of all, I want to ask Govt to include secession clause if the Ibos are going to secede. Second, the Biafran army was marching into the west. They were met with resistance in Ore. Why were they coming to southwest? Lastly, Agoin Ronsi, your brother, was the one who abolished the regional government, which is the cause of the troubles we have today. Now, Yorubas are not your problem. And when the time is right, everyone will go back to their region so we can stop this nonsense.
We have tried to go twice. You people refuse. That one is not, you don't threaten us.
That is Babatunde from Ikotu.
The same Baba, fine. Esther, Agoin Ronsi brought out, promulgated Decree 34 to unite all Nigerians so that nobody will think of secession. Esther, is that not a fact? If that man wanted secession, who even quashed the coup? Was it not Agoin Ronsi? Esther. Oh my God. You can see how people penny for lack of knowledge. It was Agoin Ronsi that quashed the coup and then promulgated Decree 34 to unite all Nigerians.
All right. Lukman says, God Almighty will put you all to shame. God Almighty will put you all that said this government will fail into shame because Tinubu will get it right. Amen. Lukman from Idimu.
Yes.
He also says, he says, I told you Darlington is not a good analyst. Why are you talking the way you're talking on national radio? You're being sentimental. Okay. Good evening, Esther. My name is Obichina. Please tell Barrister Darlington to calm down. That guy isn't worth his stress. First off, I think that guy doesn't know what the economy is talking about. How can you say this government is trying because of 77,000 allowing? What would 77K do for the coppers in this economy? I'll be happy if I can engage that caller in an intellectual conversation. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Any government borrowing from IMF does not mean well for her people. Those international monetary institutions are agents of poverty and external control. So sad that we continue running for this sucker's cap in hand asking for loan. I make bold to say Nigeria does not need any loan. Talking about what I want the president to do, I would say restructure Nigeria. Time is no longer in his side, and the earlier he does that, the better for all of us. One mistake he must not make is allow Nigeria to slip into the hands of another Fulani president. If the president can only do that for us, Nigerians will forgive his every other failures. If, however, he fails to do that, we shall all brace up for a very rough dance from the north, and that no one will enjoy, including him. Living is from Ijibo. Barrister Darlington and Esther, come and see you. Okay.
Yeah, see what?
APC Ebonyi has declared that if the traditional rulers don't join APC, the governors will collect their certificates from them. First off, Esther and Barrister Darlington, people like that, Tunde and Co. are the reason Nigeria remains as it is.
I'm telling
Ken
you.
from Itire.
I'm telling you.
This person says, Esther, read my message. Good evening, Oga Darlington, my man of the year. And Esther, Oga Darlington, don't mind those APC sycophants which are enjoying crumbs from their tax masters. Like beautiful Nibia said, it's money we know. We don't look at capacity. It is faces we look at art, not competency. That's why Agbero rules over ignorant men when you allow low-grade minds rule you based on tribal, religious, or ethnic sentiments. This is Lekon from Lagos. Okay. Good evening, Sister S. and Barrister Darlington. It's unfortunate that our president is addressing the senators instead of speaking to us on Democracy Day. What exactly are we celebrating when even the middle class struggles to afford 2 meals a day? It's a shame to see how nothing is functioning in our country. Franca from Ibok. Well done, Franca. Esther and Barrister Darlington, good evening. Anybody that supports Tinubu is an enemy of Nigeria. I swear, and God will surely judge them. KJL, why? You're free to support the president. Why would you swear for them? Esther, good evening. True. Nothing is actually working in this country. And what is happening? Oh my God, these politicians don't have human feelings. Sick killing everywhere. Things in the market have gone up. Now only God could punish all these selfish politicians. Tobichiku from Sulere. Well done, Mr. Barrister. Barrister, please, you have to calm down. No, don't let that boy call Tunde to give you high BP. Leave now. ABC member him be. All right, Madam Esther, good evening. I'm engineer Ayunde Moruf, a very long time listener of your program.
That is why we are where we are today. Have you not seen me here eulogize Ganifa Amy? That if they were alive, one of the things that are going on today, it wouldn't have happened. If Ebola again were alive today, oh my God, some of the things that is going on here today will not happen. Agberos will not be ruling, taking charge of things, especially in Lagos here. They will not allow it. Ganifa would have gone to court to challenge this Agbero and their paymasters. I said it here, but they didn't hear all those ones, Esther. But I should not allow that boy called Tunde to come here and start whipping up sentiment. And I will say it's true. He has made a mistake. I will never allow such a thing. Let them say whatever they like. Challenge me on facts. That's what I've been saying. Challenge me on facts. Don't just come and be talking anyhow. Esther, if the Ibos have retaliated what they did to them here during the 2023 election, Esther, what do you think would have happened in Lagos? Be sincere to yourself. What do you think would have happened in Lagos here? If we have challenged MC Oluomo and what he did here to the Ibos during the last election, is it not because we have been keeping quiet over the years for what they have been doing to us? That is why they want it to continue.
All right, good evening, Madam Esther. I'm in love with Barrister Darlington. May God bless him and you too. It's me, Samuel Ayer from Ladikbo. Okay, Raphael from Akpapa, let all governors run into APC for safety from corruption. Electoral reforms will be the answer. No electoral reforms, no elections in 2027. Esther, Okay, from one party system in the making to pave way for Bola Ahmed Tinubu for tenure elongation is a clear evidence of tilting to sit-tight presidency.
Don't worry yourself.
Another legislation loading up in the hands of the legislators. The quest swearing in of Mr. President right in the National Assembly chamber is a ploy to keep the president in power perpetually to power. Rescinding Democracy Day parade is part of the plans to consolidate National Assembly members to commence new swearing-in style to legalize perpetual tenure elongation for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is seeing his tenure beyond regime limits. Nigerians should not allow this to take place. Nigeria is not Congo, Libya, Togo, Cameroon. Nigerians should not lose sleep on the sinister moves from the president. All right. This is from Comrade Akban Silas. Comrade Akban, you guys will be sending messages and be threatening. Do you know how many messages are here? So many messages. So if I don't happen to read yours, doesn't mean that it's deliberate, okay? Barrister Darlington, I've allowed you to take your final say. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being part of the conversation. We've actually taken more than enough time, and we have adverts to run. For some of you that I couldn't take your calls, I sincerely do apologize. I think I tried today with the WhatsApp messages and the text messages. We'll see tomorrow. Barrister Darlington, it's okay.
No,
it's
hold
okay.
on. I'm not, no. You see that man that called that, Asala Zawa. He swore that Buhari is his father, that he can die for Buhari. All of a sudden, I started hearing him talking another thing entirely. Maybe when the thing hit him. These are the people that were challenging us in other radio stations about HPC, Buhari. That is, Buhari is his father. That he can die for him. He will do all this. At that time, I know him very well. Today now, he has joined us.